let's see. We need to start off with some officer reports. So let's go ahead and I'll start off. So as president, I've just been helping push things along behind the scenes, giving little nudges here and there where needed. Um, uh, I'm trying to help bring together some committees. We do have a committee meeting next week for beneficiaries, so hopefully we'll get some traction with that. And I'm hoping that we have some have our accounts close to being set up, so that we can start uh, receiving some funds to be able to funnel to these beneficiaries. So that's pretty much it for me, Lindsay.
Okay, so I will do a little bit of speaking for both myself and Kat. So from the secretary side of things, I've been working alongside Kathy to get us registered with get us a bank account set up. Kathy completed the proper registration with the state of Georgia. I need to call the IRS again and make sure that I have to make a couple name changes based on what the people upstairs have asked us to change it to. So I just need to make sure that we're the pixels and dice of Alpharetta, just because that's the main conventions that they want. They being international. So
Right.
thank you, Bob. My brain blanked for a second. But I have to call the IRS again. It's been a busy day. I haven't had a chance to, but their lines have been busy lately. And every time I've called, they've had such a wait list that they can't even put me on hold. They're just like, yeah, you need to just call back later. So I'm gonna get that done if Kathy has not. But we're registered, and Kathy and I have another appointment at Chase Bank next week to handle getting the bank accounts.
Cool. All
Oh,
right.
and Dad and I are gonna have a conversation when he gets back from his trip about the email domain, Chris.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, just a reminder, I have the domain, we just need the service.
Can I ask a question,
You're being
treasurer related?
voluntold. Oh, I can answer it as best as I can.
I'm just wondering how where we're standing as far as numbers of paid members right now.
So Kathy has that list, but let me see if did you do it might be in here. You see paid member?
Is she breaking up for anybody else?
Yeah. Like people if you do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she's breaking up pretty badly.
Will somebody get off the internet here?
Stand closer to the router.
There is no router.
Oh, well, there's your problem right there.
Some tinfoil around the antenna.
Yeah, well. Listen, I'm making do with what I have, okay? I'm on a hotspot.
All right, she's got
Because my phone wanted to
two
cooperate
Dixie
with
cups and a
Discord.
string. We got it. No worries.
Am I a little better now?
Yes.
Okay.
Very clear
So
smoke.
I don't. What? You cut yourself. Oh my gosh. So for paid members, I think that she might have a list that's in the board channel. Let me check real quick. My computer is loading horribly slowly.
I'll take a peek real quick.
I didn't mean for this to turn into a major.
Oh, that's a good
production.
question.
I was just wondering if we had
Yep,
those numbers.
it's a very good question. Actually, it's really good to know. Who's that? So I think we'd have to ask Kathy directly because she has been accepting, because it's had to be directly to her Venmo or Cash App. or PayPal or something like that. So it's all been going directly to her. So she probably has the list of people who have paid. Just hasn't been shared with us. And she's mentioned it before that she does have a list that I have to find it. So,
So my question is, has she paid one of those two bills that we got? And have we gotten any other bills too?
I know last time we spoke that she had paid one of the bills. But I don't remember off the top of my head which one it was. So
Will you?
I don't know.
Will you just make a note to follow up with her and then post that, what's paid and what's pending in our board
Yeah.
channel? Cool.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and follow up there. I'll shoot her a message real quick.
All right. Did you have anything else that you needed to add to your report?
I don't think so. I'm voluntelling my dad that he's gonna help me out with the email service when he
Okay,
gets
great.
back if he has time. Otherwise I'll go ask mom about it and maybe at their work can do something with it. So
All right. Well, when you guys are ready, I just need to know what to plug into the MX records, and that'll take care of that. All right. Let's see. Kathy's not here. Anything for membership?
No, unfortunately not.
That's
no
cool.
updates to provide. But I do have a question though. How would I get the updated information? Like, how do I get new members coming in? Would someone just email them to me? Like, I'm not sure. That's the only part I don't know. Sorry.
That's you should be notified, and typically that'll happen at the meetings at this meeting. So since we don't have any, as far as I know, since we don't have any new applications for approval or anything like that, I think we're good along those lines for you tonight. So wish we had some new applications for you, but we don't. All right. Let's see. Oh, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, that was it, Chris. Thank you.
All right. I think that covers the officer positions. Anybody?
Back to membership for just a second though.
Yep.
I'm going to be at Gamehole Con all weekend long. I'm going to be taking. I got nothing else to do. I had something to do, and they let me know that's been canceled. So anyway, my point is that all I've got to do is represent the other organizations that I belong to. So I will be obviously recruiting for us and trying to get people to come to GaryCon as well. So
Awesome.
Eric, hopefully I will have multiple applications ready for you, within the next couple of weeks. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you and good luck.
All right. Anything from the board? Okay.
Just cricket, sir.
Garner, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Nope. I covered both the financial stuff and the membership stuff.
Great.
I guess I will throw out there we need to get some events going, right? And when I say events, I mean both social and volunteer type thing. Whatever it's going to be, we need to have stuff that people can participate in every single month.
Yep.
So let's make sure we do that. That's the sign of a healthy club.
Yep. I've got a poker game out there for next Friday. So there's her first social, but yeah, we definitely need to get some activities going. All right. So let's see. I guess that brings us to committees. So, excuse me. We have a couple of folks here who are interested in chairing committee positions. So Jerry was interested in heading up our conventions committee, and I think we should probably just go ahead and take a quick vote on that in a moment. I don't think there's I think he's a great candidate for that. That he attends a lot of conventions. It's something he's really interested in. So I'd love to see him head that up. We also have Hillary Boyd here, and Hillary is interested in assisting or potentially heading up the beneficiaries committee, which I think is a great idea. And I believe she has interest in the what was it? The
Fundraising.
fundraising
Mhm,
committee.
mhm.
Yes, yeah. So for fundraising, of course, fundraising will work closely with all the other committees as well. So, is there anybody else that has interest in chairing any of those committees, other than Jerry and Hillary?
Oh, I cannot, but I am offering my assistance to anybody who takes on a chair position, that I will be available to help them with, whatever they need, but mainly coming up with a plan for their committee and, those types of things too. Whatever I can do to help, I will.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Garner, I'll be picking on you quite a bit, actually, probably.
I almost
That's what I'm
forgot.
here for.
We've got a digital gaming committee that we need to get up and running. And I know that Christopher, Chris Snow, the small one, is interested in that. And I don't know if he's interested in chairing it, but I would love for him to do that. But I'll let him speak to that if he can.
I'm definitely quite interested in sharing it.
Awesome. Wait, chairing? Did you say chairing?
Yes.
Oh, great. Is anybody else interested in that position? All right. So I think what we'll do real quick, I would love to say that I've nominated each one of those people for those positions. So if anybody would like to second those, we can go ahead and have a vote on them. So, all right.
For sure.
Is that a blanket second?
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and vote on that. For the three committee chairs that we have just mentioned, the beneficiaries, the fundraising, and digital gaming, and convention committee. So there are four committees. I believe, Hillary, you were willing to chair both of those.
Well, can you hear me okay? Yeah.
Hear
Okay.
you. Great.
Great. I'm thinking I'm definitely up for chairing the beneficiaries committee.
Okay.
I think there's still some discussion to be had about whether we combine those committees. If we choose not to combine those committees, I probably don't want to chair the fundraising committee, but I would happy being like a co-chair or something like that. I just want to make sure I'm not taking on too much. Now, if it's the same committee, that might be a little bit different, but for now, I'd probably just prefer to chair beneficiaries.
All right. Well, let's have a discussion about that real quick. Does anybody have any reservations about us combining the beneficiaries and fundraising committees into one at this stage?
I'll actually I'll say the opposite. I think that you slow roll it. And what I mean by that is, do start out with them combined. And when you find that you need to actually separate them, then form a second committee.
That's exactly what I was about to, that's what I was leading into. So yeah. So perfect.
Okay. Well, that works. And then again, at our next committee meeting or our next beneficiaries meeting, if anybody wants to co-chair, I'm totally down with that too. But I'm fine taking whatever role the group decides.
What I would look for from the committee chairs is, as soon as we have written the committee chairs in stone, I would expect those committee chairs to start reaching out to folks on the Discord And we'll see if we can get you some email list too, so that you can
Okay.
reach out to folks using email, because it seems
Mhm.
like the Discord activity is a little bit low at the moment.
Okay.
So would love for you to reach out to folks and see if you can get some people to join you on those committees, so that you're not having to pull all the weight. That's the idea. As a committee chair, you're there to delegate, not do everything yourself. So
Well, and I'm guessing you would want us to put together some sort of a plan for our committee or sort of a vision where you see us going in maybe the next quarter or 6 months or something like that.
that's a great idea. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So does anybody have any issue with us just rolling those beneficiary and fundraising into one for now?
Works for me.
All right. So
I agree, makes sense.
for the 3 committees that we've named and the respective potential chairs, is there anybody that is opposed to those people stepping into those roles? All right. Nobody's unmuting and saying I oppose. So I just
I'm
want to
gonna
hear
live here,
everybody's. I want to hear everybody say that they're good with that. So let's hear some yays.
Yay.
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 All right. Perfect. All right. Well, congratulations, guys. You've got yourself
you.
some committees.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's great. The one.
Yay. Hey,
Uh,
and now that that's official, Chris, I did, if you remember back a little ways, I kind of sent you thoughts and ideas, kind of that plan and outline
Yeah.
goals, and you wanted to reconnect on that to discuss that further. You and I will need to, I guess, set aside some time to do that.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
can't.
great.
I would like to do it after the meeting tonight, but that's just not going to work out.
Okay. No worries.
Reach out to me, and my schedule is open on pretty much Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So whatever if something fits into that next week or two, we can just reach out to me and let me know what you've got.
Sounds good. Perfect. Good deal. Yeah. Let's see. And yeah, great. Awesome. Real happy about that. Did anybody have anything new that they would like to bring to the board or to the meeting?
No, I would just ask for patience. It's been a long time since I've done fundraising, so it might take me a little bit to sort of get back into the routine and get my feet
Sure.
under me.
Yeah. So for the fundraising, I mean, you'll be working closely with the other committee chairs, and what we're going to do. The idea is that once we have our financials in place, we'll be able to use hopefully our convention presence. And if we host any conventions, of course, that's a potential source of income for the club there. As well as any online events. We have a couple of genre celebrities that are willing to have games with us. So
Fantastic.
Garner can help coordinate that, but we need to make that happen sooner rather than later. So I think that's something that we need to get the ball rolling on there. I'd love to maybe have some type of an auction for. I think it was Margaret Weiss was willing to DM a live game. We can auction off seats for that. Garner, set me straight if I'm off the mark here any place, but would love to see some seats auctioned off for that,
you're off
and then
a
have a
little
live
bit.
stream.
So what she offered was to play, to run.
Ah,
But
there you go.
but it's been long enough too that it probably ought to be something that we do close to, like right after GaryCon, just because I'll be able to have reconnected with her in person.
Perfect. That
Yeah.
sounds great. So yeah, now with that in mind, that gives us kind of a time frame to kind of shoot for. And then Garner's got something set up with Luke. And Garner, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so kind of same thing, but Luke Gygax, and we could get him to run something, or we could get him to play. So either way, I think with Luke.
Yeah.
So,
And I imagine you can reach out to him at any time and
yep, I'll see him in the morning. So
okay, great, perfect.
yeah,
Just remind him that the ball's rolling here, and we're going to be setting up something soon. So we'll have somebody reach out to him. If it's not you, then
Yep.
somebody else. But
Yeah.
we'll make something
I
happen soon.
expect it will be, but yeah, I'll let him know.
Okay, great. The only committee that we have dangling out there is the media committee. So, that's not my forte. I'm not even sure how we other than just putting it out there, how we can
Now,
get
when you say
somebody to
media,
help out.
you mean like
I
social media?
I can take it.
Yes.
Well, I don't want you to. Yeah, I don't want you. I'm not asking you to chair it. You're already taking on 2 officer positions. I mean, you can. I'm not going to stop you, but
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to.
So here's the thing. As the secretary, obviously you delegate to me, Chris.
Right.
But as a chair, the chair does operate to delegate as well as just talk about the committee and whatnot and deliver whatever has been talked about at the committee meetings. I know I probably shouldn't. However, media is my forte. So if somebody wanted to co-chair, or if somebody wanted to be chair and I work very closely with them, that is also an option. But I don't want to pigeonhole anybody into filling that position. So if nobody else will take it over the course of the next meeting or 2, I will take the position.
Okay.
So
How about this?
my
Why
mom
don't
says make Peyton do it.
I love it. Yeah, just I would suggest going ahead and putting something out in the Discord, asking for help. Describe what you envision that committee looking like. Since you're willing to chair it, I would ask you to kind of put together the description for it, and then see if we can get any other interest that way. If somebody else wants to chair it, great. If not, if you get a co-chair out of it, that's even better.
Yeah, Lindsay,
Yeah.
I'd say
I
if
can
you
definitely-
ended up chairing it, I wouldn't mind co-chairing it, but I don't.
Okay.
But I don't want to chair it. But I would be comfortable, having a co-chair position. So if we can't get anybody else,
That's a
Yeah,
lot, Hillary.
I'll talk. It's a lot, Hill.
I'm a bulldozer.
Listen, if anybody can handle Bart, they can handle the committees. It'll be fine.
Facts. That is facts.
Listen, I had Tailcliff. He's
What? I'm an
not all the way here. I call Bull. Jokes aside, I'm already working on actually the committee information channel with short descriptions of the committees, very brief, very put together, just quick descriptions that can evolve as we go a little deeper into the committees as well. But I will reach out to the Discord and give everybody a ping and see who might be interested. And I will harass my sister about it, but I don't know if she'd be willing. So.
Well, just to give you my qualifications, one of the producers of Sharknado 5 follows me on Twitter, so I'm kind of a big deal.
Oh, wow.
Just a little bit.
What the hell is that, right? How random is that? So, yeah, no, that's pretty much my only qualification for doing social media. So, yeah, if your sister will do it, that works.
I hear the series
The
really
way
picked up on
that-
5.
The way that. Yeah.
Lindsay, what I was just going to say, I think you heard me say earlier, I have given Chris kind of my thoughts on where I think the committee, the conventions committee goes based on conversations I've had with him.
Mhm.
I can share that document that I gave him with you. Although we, as Chris pointed out, it needs some filling in and some finer detail. But if you're going to be putting those descriptions together, maybe that would help you.
Yeah, that would definitely benefit. And as I said, these descriptions can change over time, especially as we find our footing. and basically the committees decide what they want to be. My idea for the media committee, to give people a bigger idea, it's not just the socials, it can be the assets that we use as well. So like the logo that I made could be part of the media committee side of things. They could be the ones who work on any kind of shareable assets that we use or things along those lines. Like if we have a website in the long run, it can be part of the media committee's responsibility and things along those lines.
To that end, Lindsay, I have a question. So if we got, as part of the fundraising committee, if we got a company, business, whatever, to sponsor an event, is that something we would work on together? Or is that okay? Great.
Yeah. That's almost all of these committees, and I've seen this with Alpharetta a little bit, although not quite as in depth, because obviously this is something different. This is something brand new that nobody has really done before. So with the virtual, there will be a lot more intertwining of all the committees. So for example, the digital gaming committee will very often work directly with the beneficiaries and fundraising committee, because the digital gaming could include streams like what my dad does, streaming the D&D games and raising that money and donating it to the Lions Club to support the charities. So a lot of these committees will work very, very closely and be intertwined.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so
Yeah, the along those lines, for the any of the streaming stuff, if the digital gaming committee is doing any streaming, they're going to be coordinating that with the media committee, because the media committee will essentially be in charge of access to whatever our streaming accounts are.
That makes sense.
All right. That's all I've got. I'm trying to see if we're forgetting anything. I can't think of anything.
Chris, I don't have anything else, but I need to drop. But
All right.
good meeting
Hey,
today.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
hanging out. Yep. Likewise.
Safe
No
flight.
problem. Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, if nobody else has anything else, I think we can go ahead and call this meeting. I'll give you one more chance to speak up. All right. I think we're good. Okay. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to a close. Thank you, everybody.
perfect.
Yeah.
Just once more for my records, Chris, will you repeat the chairs for all the committees other than media, just to make sure I have them down correctly? I know we
Yes.
recorded, but I want to get this done real quick.
Yeah. So Jerry's going to be chairing the convention committee.
Okay.
Christopher, the small one, is going to be chairing the digital gaming committee.
Okay. Yes.
And the beneficiaries and fundraising committee will be chaired by Hillary.
Okay. And then media is to be determined.
Right. Media is kind of up in the air.
Perfect. Okay. I just wanted to be sure I had that down correctly, because I am giving that a quick post.
Awesome.
As I said, these descriptions may change. You can find the information under the committees tab. For those of you who aren't familiar with Discord, make sure, Chris, I think we had a couple problems with people not being able to see it because of Discord's new not wanting to bug people with channels. So you have to opt in to see it up at the top. You have to make sure you click show all channels and can actually see all, you select see all channels and actually tune into the committees one, or the committees category. But you can see the committee's information in the first channel, and then each committee has their own sub channel as well.
Gotcha.
Just
Cool.
wanted to make sure everybody was
I
aware.
went ahead and I did combine the beneficiaries and fundraising into one. So,
I'm gonna have
Perfect.
to bounce. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
all right. Thanks, Bart.
Good night.
All right,
All
everyone.
right, I
Thank
think-
you.
Y'all.